Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful, bright day to dive headfirst into the absolute madness of our favorite daytime drama. We are so incredibly thrilled to have you here with us as we unpack the latest bombshells. Grab your coffee, settle into your favorite spot, and let's get right into the thick of this wild ride. Okay, I literally cannot believe this. Can we please process this mess together? Unbelievable, guys. What's going on here? I'm sitting here staring at my monitor, in the pitch-black darkness of my editing cave. My eyes are practically bleeding from severe sleep deprivation, and my brain is absolutely short-circuiting because this grueling decade-long narrative journey has finally irrevocably pushed me over the edge. I am officially ditching the script today. I am breaking every single filter I possess. I am here to deliver some unfiltered hard truths because there are absolute legends carrying this entire storyline on their shoulders, while others are single-handedly testing my sanity, and I am going to call every single one of them out right here, right now. Please tell me I'm not the only one losing my mind over this. Look, we absolutely have to start with the sheer unadulterated chaos erupting in Willow's living room. Basically, Nina Reeves has officially lost the plot, and honestly, I am low-key obsessed with her unhinged villain era. We have Jack Brennan and Valentin Cassadine in a high-stakes life-or-death physical struggle, and suddenly, Nina just ends the entire confrontation by jabbing Brennan with Drew Kane's syringe. Yes, the paralytic syringe. I am screaming at the top of my lungs. Brennan is now going to be completely paralyzed, locked inside his own body, and Valentin is standing there looking like his entire reality just fractured into a million pieces. Listen, Valentin demands to know what the hell Nina just injected Jack with. And honestly, can you blame him? Valentin is a highly trained WSB operative, a man who has seen the darkest corners of international espionage, and even he's utterly bewildered by Nina going full mad scientist in the middle of a suburban living room. This is a total game changer. Nina is now going to be forced to tell Valentin the whole ugly, terrifying story. She basically has to confess that she has been keeping Drew Kane chemically paralyzed to cover up the fact that her precious, self-righteous daughter Willow shot him in cold blood. The layers of deception here are absolutely staggering. And Valentin is going to have to process the fact that Nina is running a black market pharmaceutical prison. Suddenly, there is a massive, terrifying new problem that completely derails everything. Because Nina panicked and used the highly specific paralytic dose on Brennan, Drew has gone way too long without his scheduled injection. Look at the screen. Drew's fingers are starting to twitch. He is waking up. The paralytic is officially wearing off. I am hyperventilating just thinking about the sheer suffocating panic radiating off Nina right now. Drew Kane is a former Navy SEAL with lethal combat training. If he gets his motor functions back, he is going to absolutely tear that room apart and expose every single lie Willow and Nina have constructed. Basically, Valentin's going to have to step up and take control of this rapidly deteriorating situation. Valentin has a weapon, and it looks like he is going to pull his gun on a twitching, semi-paralyzed Drew Kane, while Nina frantically scrambles to get another syringe ready to put Drew back into his locked-in state. Honestly, the ethical boundaries being crossed here are so far in the rearview mirror they aren't even visible anymore. Holding a paralyzed man at gunpoint so his captor can chemically restrain him again. This is absolute peak soap opera insanity, and my jaw is permanently on the floor. Whoa, I've really gone off chasing butterflies into another dimension. I mean, am I seriously rooting for Valentin to hold a paralyzed man at gunpoint so Nina can drug him again? Wait, why are we like this? Am I actually defending this level of profound toxicity just because the drama is good? Bringing the signal back, let's stick to the script. The reality is Nina has created a colossal, unforgivable mess, and she is going to have to figure out what to do with a paralyzed Jack Brennan. Where do you even hide a paralyzed WSB director, honestly? The logistics of this are a major flex if she can pull it off. But she is running out of time, and the walls are closing in fast. Suddenly, we pivot to the absolute psychological warfare happening with Michael Corinthos, Willow Kane, and Harrison Chase. Basically, Chase has an encounter with Willow, and he actually admits he was hopping to see her. Listen, Chase is walking right into a devastating emotional trap, and he doesn't even know it. Willow and Chase are sharing these incredibly close, intimate moments, and honestly, the chemistry is still undeniably there. It is palpable. You can cut the unresolved tension with a knife. But the sickest, most twisted part of this entire dynamic, Michael. Corinthos is watching this unfold, and he is hopping to have an affair. Look, Michael is playing the most twisted, dark game of 4D chess I have ever witnessed in the history of Port Charles. He wants to destroy Willow's immoral high ground so badly that he is actively manifesting his own wife's infidelity. Basically, Michael wants Willow to cheat on him with Chase so he can finally regain the upper hand and punish her for all her hypocrisy regarding Julian Bracken. It is diabolical. It is toxic. And honestly, I am completely here for it. Wait, no, I hate it. I hate that Chase is being used as a pawn in Michael's revenge fantasy. Chase is a genuinely good guy. He is trying to foster baby Phoebe with Brooklyn. And now he is being dragged into this Corinthos Kane vortex of doom. I am contradicting myself. I know, but I am just so overwhelmed by the sheer audacity of Michael's machinations. Michael is inheriting the darkest traits of the Quartermain and Corinthos legacies, and he is weaponizing them against the mother of his children. It is absolutely brilliant writing, but it is deeply, profoundly disturbing to watch play out. Listen, while Michael is orchestrating a cheating scandal, Carly is over at her place playing mob boss with a vulnerable teenager. Suddenly, Carly is cornering Charlotte Cassadine and delivering a fierce, terrifying warning. Carly insists that Charlotte can't do that, no matter what happens, basically ordering this young girl to keep her mouth entirely shut about anything related to Valentin's location or his activities. Carly's protecting her fugitive lover, and she's willing to intimidate a teenager to do it. Honestly, Carly's protective instincts are a major flex, but dragging Charlotte into this WSB fugitive cover-up is crossing a massive, unforgivable line. Charlotte has already been through so much trauma from Cassadine Island to Victor to Peter August, and now she is caught in the crossfire of Carly and Jack Brennan's explosive, vengeful war. Basically, Carly is acting entirely out of self-preservation and her passionate obsession with Valentin, and she is completely blind to the psychological damage she is inflicting on a girl who just wants to protect her father. Look, if you thought that was intense, we have to talk about the Dante and Lulu confrontation. Basically, this is the exact kind of psychic damage I signed up for when I started watching this show. Dante Falconry has finally put the puzzle pieces together. He knows. He absolutely knows that his own son, Rocco Falconry, is the one who shot Ross Cullen on Pier 55. And suddenly, Dante is confronting Lulu about the massive, sprawling cover-up she has been orchestrating right under his nose. Listen to the absolute raw betrayal in Dante's voice. He blasts Lulu for leaving him out of the loop. He is a seasoned detective. He is the police commissioner. And his own family has been lying to his face, while Jason rots in a maximum security WSB cell for a crime he didn't commit. Lulu, in her infinite stubborn wisdom, actually has the nerve to ask Dante if he has evidence that Rocco shot Cullen. Honestly, the absolute gall of Spencer right now. Dante is going to lay out every single dot he has connected from Elizabeth's frantic warnings to the exact timeline of the shooting. And Lulu is going to have to face the music. Basically, Lulu has been relying on Nathan, who's actually the evil twin Cassius, which is a whole other layer of absolute narrative insanity to protect Rocco from the authorities. But Dante is not going to let this go. He is pushing relentlessly for an explanation, and Lulu is completely cornered. Wait, why are we like this? Am I actually mad at a mother for protecting her teenage son from a ruthless, murderous WSB director like Cullen? I mean, Cullen literally murdered Marco Rios in cold blood. If Cullen finds out Rocco shot him, Rocco is dead. So honestly, maybe Lulu is entirely justified. Whoa, I've really gone off chasing butterflies into another dimension again. Bring the signal back. Let's stick to the script. The law is the law, and Dante is completely shattered that his family doesn't trust him to handle this crisis. The emotional fallout from this confrontation is going to ripple through their family for years. Dante is torn between his duty as a badge-carrying officer of the law and his primal instinct to protect his son from a life behind bars. It is a masterclass in high-stakes emotional drama. Suddenly, the energy redlines again, because we are jumping to the art gallery, and things are hitting absolute terminal velocity. Look, Sonny Corinthos is holding a literal loaded gun on his own half-brother, Rick Lansing. I'm screaming at my screen. The paranoia is off the charts. Sonny has completely lost his grip on reality. He is standing there, weapon drawn, screaming, "Explain it to me, Rick, and do it fast." In the preview video, basically, Sonny thinks Rick is a traitor. He thinks Rick is plotting against him and Ava Jerome to dismantle his entire organization. Listen, the tragic Shakespearean irony. Here is that Sonny is jumping to the most massive, catastrophic conclusions based on absolutely nothing, but his own deeply ingrained trauma and historical paranoia. We know the truth. We know that Rick and Ava are just planning a harmless, romantic, art-related surprise for Elizabeth Baldwin. Honestly, the fact that Rick is trying to do something genuinely sweet and romantic for Liz, and it resulted in him staring down the dark barrel of Sonny's gun, is the most General Hospital thing to ever happen. Basically, Sonny is going to heavily regret this. He's destroying his fragile, newly rebuilt relationship with his brother over a complete and utter misunderstanding. Sonny's mind is so poisoned by Nell Benson Archer's threats and the constant betrayals in his mob life that he cannot even fathom the idea of his brother doing something kind. He assumes malice where there is only romance. It is heartbreaking. It is infuriating. And it is exactly why Sonny is his own worst enemy. But wait, the chaos doesn't stop there. Basically, Ethan Lovett is back in town and he is operating as Sonny's personal lethal mercenary. Suddenly, we see Ethan following Sonny's ruthless orders and physically loading Ava Jerome into his vehicle. Ava is terrified. She's looking at Ethan, this rogue, unpredictable soldier of fortune, and she asks him what he is going to do to her. And honestly, Ethan's response is bone-chilling. He basically admits he isn't going to do anything until Sonny tells him what's next. Look at the absolute power dynamic shifting here. Ethan is completely detached, utterly professional, and executing his orders with lethal precision. He is holding Ava captive on Sonny's whim, showing absolutely zero remorse or hesitation. Ava, who usually holds all the cards, who usually manipulates every single situation to her distinct advantage, is now completely at the mercy of a severely paranoid mob boss and his hired gun. This is a total game changer for Ava's storyline. She thought she could play both sides. She thought she could handle Jen Sidwell and Sonny Corinthos simultaneously, but suddenly she's being thrown into the back of an SUV by Luke Spencer's son.